On debate number 1. Action.
Action. I just realized I still have my headband.
You feel free to do what I still refer to as a French check, you know. Just so you're in the mirror and be like,
Oh, the headband's coming off. Oh, Philip's letting his hair down.
It is
it's so
recording.
long.
I hope
yeah.
you know that. Okay.
There's a thing called editing. No, we just...
There's a thing called editing.
I don't do it ever. I just post whatever I have on.
I spend 8 hours on a program that keeps crashing. That's what I do for
I
editing.
spend 4 hours, and I have to go to someone's house to edit videos because my editor is crap.
Oh my gosh, the floof though, in your hair. You have the floof.
Hold up. Hold up.
Swamp. Oh, okay. I'm getting behind
Hashtag
this.
jelly.
Hashtag jelly. What is up, guys? It's Ace from Ace's Fates Cosplay. I'm here with...
I'm Emily. Just that.
I'm Emily.
Just a tad bit geeky.
So, this was our first year of going to cons and stuff. I'm pretty sure it was yours too.
Yeah.
But I started cosplaying December 7th of last year, so it's almost my 1 year anniversary. And I've been to 3 kind of big cons so far. And recently we went to Otakon, and unfortunately I didn't see Emily at all during the con.
Yes, it was too big.
We
had too many things.
Big. There were 32,000 people there total.
Dang, I didn't know that. Makes sense though.
It does. So, as a little, I guess, introduction to cosplay, we're gonna tell you how our first Otakon went, because there's so much hype around this con, and honestly, when I was looking into going, I wanted to know if it was worth it or not. So, Emily is gonna, start us off here, because...
Alright, so this was my first big con. I previously went to Anime Mid-Atlantic, but I had lots of fun there, but it wasn't as huge. It was on a smaller scale than Otakon, where Otakon was huge, and I was not, I was expecting it to be big, but I wasn't expecting so many events to be going on at once. For instance, we went to the maid cafe. There's a very long line for that, and if you don't make the first line, you have to get to the second line. So they have a time when you have to start lining up, so they don't have people hovering over the maze. So I spent most of one of my days just waiting to get into the maid cafe, which was like a 45-minute-hour event, but we spent 4 hours in line. It was definitely worth it. Or there was a panel that I went to with different voice actresses. It was about women in anime. And we wanted to make sure we got good seats. So we came a few panels early, not realizing that the seating, it was come and go as you please. During a panel, you could just, you don't have to stay there. People clear out and you can come in. So we were waiting there, and so we got to see a whole bunch of other people we didn't even expect to come there. I don't remember his name, but the voice actor for Krillin from Dragon Ball Z did his own panel, and that was super unexpected. We were just expecting some random anime questionnaire or something, but then it turns out there's, a really renowned voice actor just sitting there talking, and everyone's like, oh yeah, this is happening. And I was completely unexpected, and because I watched Dragon Ball Z a lot as a kid, so I recognized him, and I knew his voice, and the scale of the voice, the guests there versus the guests at smaller conventions. For instance, my first convention was at my local library. That's where I met this one. And so, that's where they have tables for their different products, as opposed to, the walls and walls of stuff. There's so much to look at, where, at the library, you go around a circle and you see everything. But then, at these huge cons, you just keep going around. There's more stuff every time you go around. You just spend a day in the dealer's room, that's not even touching the artist alley, which is my personal favorite.
Artist alley, because they have all, the acrylic keychains
yes.
that I love. But also, my first con was KatsuCon, and you guys probably saw my panel video. I meant to vlog, but that never really happens at cons.
Yeah.
You get so caught up and you're like, do I take the camera out? Do I not? It was definitely smaller than Otakon. It was a comfortable amount of people. AMA was the type of con where you saw the same people every 5 minutes. It was that small, but it was bigger than mall cons and library cons. So I was comfortable at that con. Things that made us uncomfortable at Otakon.
Oh, because I'm not shy about telling people that I have social anxiety. So when you're in the dealer's room and everyone's going a different way and you're just trapped because people are walking around you, that is definitely a downside to it, because you're just getting overwhelmed by all the people and you just keep coming. But luckily, most of them are really nice people, so if they see that you're struggling, they'll let you pass. But then, there's always those few people who are on a mission and you just push by them.
Or it's like in school when people stop in the hallways. People will do that in the dealer's room.
Yeah.
Like they'll stop and either talk or they're just like looking around. And it's
Or they're taking a selfie, so you're trying to not be in the picture and you're trying to go around them, but also you don't want to like disturb them. So you just after sitting there like, I have no place to go. I guess I'll pose.
And I remember like Friday, we got there, I mentioned it in the vlog, but we got there at around 3 o'clock because of traffic, because of when we left, because of hotel issues. When we finally got there, the one thing I really wanted to do, I wanted to immediately go to the dealer's room because you were either at that point at Starbucks or the dealer's room. And so I'm just like, well, we don't have shoots till later, let's go there. And I mean, if you guys, I assume if you're watching this, you haven't been to Otakon because this is kind of like, advising you about it. The scale of the dealer's room is absolutely massive. Like it's, if you've been to Katsu, compare it to that times 2. It's huge. Not only do they have like all these huge stands, they have like food areas. They don't really need to be in there, and it just makes it even more overcrowded and packed because you have the people just there to eat, and then you have the people there to actually shop. They were like squeezing so much in there, and halfway through the dealer's room, I was having really bad anxiety, and I was trying to get us to move out, and we didn't. So I ended up splitting off, which is something I never like doing at cons because you can never meet up again. So I split off with about 3 other group members, and if you've seen the vlog, that's where it was just me, Grace, Bethany, and Lex, and we were kind of off doing our own thing. So that's definitely something I don't like about the dealer's room, and then having to reconnect, it was constantly having to walk back through the dealer's room and getting that rush of anxiety, like all the body heat in there. So the wig came off, and so did the knee pad.
And that is one thing is, I think we were both someone from Haiku, correct?
Yeah.
So you think because you're wearing, basketball shirt and volleyball, excuse me, you think you'd be, super cool in the room, but no, you're still sweating like crazy and the knee pads start slipping and itching and your wig starts falling. And that's not even, that's very simple cosplay. So the people wearing the big, like, gowns or the different little bits, I always feel so bad for because the dealer room's so packed, people kept stepping on people's cosplay tails or, getting their hand caught in someone's wig. I did that accidentally. I apologized for, like, 5 straight minutes because my hand got caught in this girl's, like, Lolita wig, so it was curly, and I was like, I am so sorry, So it's very cramped, and your cosplay, expect it to get, not, like, seriously damaged, but expect a few scuffs and bumps if there's that many people.
If you're expecting to go in the dealer's room and you have a big gown, which I mean I've seen some people at Otakon who wear the big gowns, I would advise changing out. Like if you need it for a photo shoot, then take the photo shoot and then be like, okay, I'm gonna get a simple cosplay because this is a crowded dealer's room. And another thing is that I was in Bokudo and my knee pads were fine, but the wig cap, like, oh my gosh, it hurts so badly. And if you've seen my Instagram post, after everything, I was just in the uniform with the eyebrows and a varsity jacket tied around my waist. That was not fun, and I'm scared for Katsu because I do have my tail, which Philip is holding. It's like
this beautifully tailored
tail. The tail. We're just gonna hold on to this.
There we go.
Yeah.
It's comfy.
It's really comfortable, guys. This is like a 3.5 foot long tail. I have to wear this for Punk Vaporeon, and people stepping on it. That's like my main fear because this is really poorly stuffed and it's just floppy and it does get dirty easily. So that's a fear.
One thing I did is I rolled up a pair of shorts and a tank top really tight inside my backpack so that I'd have something to change into if I need to go out of the convention center. Like, I ended up seeing my grandmother directly after the convention because she lives in Maryland. So I had to quickly change out of this, cosplay into regular clothes. So I definitely suggest having a pair of backup clothes, especially if you're in a huge dress or something. Bring a bag to put it in if you change, just in case. You never know. You're gonna either overheat or spill something on it. Always have a backup outfit, even if it's just something simple like a tank top and shorts.
Yeah. Our hotel was 15 minutes away. We did not have one directly across the street because of how much money it was. So we had decided that we would put all our stuff in the trunk of the car, and Bethany's father was the one who was driving us, and originally we were like, okay, we have Ollie's car, we're just gonna do that, but Ollie didn't end up driving us any of the days. It was just kind of like more convenient. So we were on our way to change. I was in Yamaguchi, Koda was in Suki on Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. And we were about to go change and like get all our stuff out of the car. And of course we have to change the bathrooms at the cons. And we saw a really slightly popular cosplayer, OK Cosplay. They're really good. And Koda really wanted to say hi to them, and they were in line for something. So I waited with him, and the rest of our group went off and got our stuff, and we ended up having too much stuff because there was stuff I needed to drop off and didn't get to. So, and also my convention bag, it's really small because at Katsu and AMA, you don't need a huge backpack, but everyone else had like school bags, and I was like, okay. We had all these different bags we had to carry around, and not only that, my Ewa wig is not styled. And we were gonna be doing Ewa Oi that day, but instead Koda was in his fursuit, and I was in like I took off Ewa's wig. I just had the Awajo size shirt and my shorts on, and I was like, oh, this is not going as planned. I never like being out of cosplay at con. Like, it's just so like you plan something and then it's.
Especially when you put so much work into your cosplay that you aren't able to.
That's what I'm scared for Katsu, because you plan cosplays and then most of the time they don't follow through, and you're just like, well, I spent 5 hours like sewing this. I would like to wear it. Yeah. But it's just kind of like at Katsu, I'm gonna be a lot more carefree about it because my wigs are actually styled this time. I'm gonna be more confident. Yeah. My wigs are styled and the cosplays are more comfortable. Like, you don't think that knee pads would be that uncomfortable. Like the first hour when I was in Iwa, the knee pads were fine, and then it was just like hell.
Yeah, and then once I took mine off, it's, you know, you wake up and you have those pillow marks on your face. It's like that, but on your legs, and they last for a while.
They do. About Otakon, this con is also, like, keep in mind, this was the last year it's in Baltimore. Next year it will be in DC, so I can't say the same about the DC area. Baltimore's not the place you want to be at night.
Yeah, it's a little sketchy. You definitely, for me, I feel a lot safer when I have someone taller than me with me. I don't know why. So I was with my brother, so I felt a little safer because he was, you know, the head of the group when we were out. And so people would address him before they'd address me if we were out at night. But, you know, if you're just you and a few other, like, young teenagers, it's very intimidating when someone goes to even just ask you for the time and you're like, are you going, hello?
Hello. We went to Five Guys, like it was our entire group. That was the last section of my vlog when we were running, but like we were missing only 3 people, so this was a group of 7 or 8 people. We wanted Chick-fil-A, it was too crowded, Five Guys was too crowded, and I was having anxiety, so I was like, I'm going back to the con, guys. And Grace and Brooke decided to go with me. Grace ended up having to leave, and we were walking around the streets of Baltimore, and keep in mind, it's like getting dark out, it's already like the sun has set, and you're going through like these kind of sketchy like alleys, like roads.
And some of it was under construction, so there was like trash bags and cones tipped over, and you're trying to tread carefully.
It's you definitely, and I mean we're all really small, like we're under 5'4", all of us, and so we're small, we're in cosplay, not really knowing the area. Like a lot of the times I walked into the wrong entrance of the con center, and I'm like, where am I? So definitely tips for Otakon: have a big bag, have somebody taller with you, or like somebody older that you trust more and feel like it could possibly protect you if you need it.
Yeah.
Always have your badge.
Yes. Always have it present. A lot of people don't want to ruin that aesthetic for their cosplay, so they tuck it away.
Yeah, like, okay, small. Just to show you guys how small my con bag is. This is my con bag, and I constantly had it tied around this loop because that's what other people were doing. They were like tying it, and I walked out of the con center and didn't have my badge, and they wouldn't let me back in.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like calling, and nobody picked up their phones, and I was like, I need my badge, and I was about to show them a picture of it, and they're like, fine, we'll just send it to you, and I'm like, wait, I'm in cosplay. Like,
Yeah. Or mine, I kept around my neck, and then I tuck in for pictures. I thought about keeping it on my bag, but then you have to show it immediately, basically. Like, there's one point to get into Art Alley, you're going down an escalator, and at the bottom of the escalator, there's people watching. Normally they're at the door, but in this case, at the escalator. So while you're on the escalator, you have to be showing your badge. So
Yeah.
you're like rifling through your bag for it, so you can show the correct side of it. So you show the back side, it doesn't know.
Because lines for like Artist Alley and Dealer's Room, they are long and they go quick, and you have to be able to like whip it out.
Yeah, and if you don't have it, you're fumbling, the people behind you will get slightly irritated because then the line just gets longer.
Yeah, and then they will like let the people behind you in front of you, and you'll lose your friends, and that's not good. So definitely have your badge present. What else should we cover about Otakon?
Make sure you trust the people you go with. If you're going with semi-strangers, like people we met online, it can be fun, but you also want a really close friend who knows you well, especially if you have like anxiety issues. You want someone who understands that, or someone who understands you get grumpy when you're hungry and will know that you need to go get food then, and not think you're just being mean.
Guys, I didn't eat this entire con. I had chips. And so definitely have somebody there who will be like, yo, I'll go get food with you. Because I did have friends like that, but then it's the trouble of like, you know, you only have Five Guys and Chick-fil-A, and the lines for those were so ridiculous, and the Five Guys is small.
They had a food thing in there, but it's one of those things where you go down the row of food and you pick things onto your tray, and if you don't move right, it's wrong, so trying to keep with your group is hard. So luckily I had, you know, my brother and a really close friend, so I was like, oh, I have to make sure they eat, and they're thinking I have to make sure Emily eats. So we got food, but a few times we almost didn't, so like, well, is it worth the line? That's gonna take a few minutes. We'll just not eat. That's a bad idea.
That is a bad idea.
And you can, I would suggest bringing things like Cliff bars or Zone bars or something similar, just in case you start feeling really hungry and you're far away from food or whatever. Just something to eat. Same with water bottles, just because everything is obviously vendor price there. So the water will be like $5 instead of like, you know.
Yeah, all of us had 2 or 3 water bottles shoved in our bags, so if anyone needed it.
And screw the lid on tight. Triple check that. If you put your unscrewed water bottle in someone's bag, you will die.
They're not going to be happy, you're not going to be
Especially
happy.
how many papers you have in there. Yeah, so I'd suggest a refillable one too. So you can even refill it in one of their water fountains or their sink, you know.
Yeah, touching on the subject of going with people you trust, a con, I was asking about Otakon because originally I was not going, and then I found out that somebody I was close with was going, like close with at the time, we're not close anymore. I was like, okay, I'm definitely going now because this is like my only opportunity that I thought was to meet them. And I can honestly say, like, I've heard bad things that AMA was bad for some people, but the people I went with were people I had gone 2 events of cosplay with before, and that was definitely by far the funnest con I've had, and it was really small. KatsuCon, which like I said was my first con, I went with people who were friends of my girlfriend at the time, and they were amazing people. I loved hanging out with them, but it's like kind of, if you're going with people like that and there was a fallout at the con, things are gonna get awkward very fast.
Yeah.
And it's like, it was kind of like that at Otakon. If you're not doing so well with the people you're around, but they're all friends with that one certain person that you came to hang out with, you're kind of like, okay, it's kind of awkward now.
Yeah.
So be with people who you've experienced cons with before, and you know, you're close with, who understand your anxiety. Like, Bethany was my savior. She was like calming down my anxiety, and I'm like, Bethany, and this was my first time meeting her. A con is only as fun as you make it. It can be good or bad depending definitely on who you hang out with.
Yes, and your attitude towards it as well, so.
Yeah, you just like have to have a positive outlook and be like, this is gonna be a great con. Wake up every morning. Yeah. So, do you think it was worth the $98 just for the ticket?
I think so, because it was for all 3 days and that we have to buy them individually and pick which day. And I had a really great time because, for instance, Caitlin Glass, she is the voice of Haruhi from Oron High School Host Club, so she's one, you know, the voice actress is one of my favorite characters and one of my brother's idols because he's seen her in so many things. She's in Fullmetal Alchemist, you know, know.
She's in Full Metal.
Yes, I'm not sure exactly who, so I'm not gonna lie and accidentally lie and say the wrong name. She is. And so we got to see her in a panel, and then I got to ask for her autograph afterwards, and I got to go backstage and meet all of them, and they all give me an autograph because I stood up for a question to ask. But so that was a really good highlight. You know, I got a signature for one of my brother's idols for him, so it was just really good. And one of my friends who's more of a long distance friend, I got to spend a few days with her, and that was really nice because, you know, we only get to see each other every so often, but we're super close. So I think the main thing is, as you were saying before, make sure you have the right people with you, or if you only kind of know them, you might want to plan some hangouts beforehand so you get to know them, so you know if you'll need someone you trust more with you. But all in all, I think it was worth the price.
I kind of think, I feel like I would only pay around $60 maximum for this con. Like, Katsu, I paid $50 for my ticket this year, and Katsu is by far worth it, but Otakon, just the experience I had, I don't think I would go back.
Yeah.
But that's my personal opinion. Anything else we should talk about?
I guess thinking if you care about their, you know, guest appearances, like different voice actors and different cosplayers. It costs a lot more money because they have a lot of guests going, but if you don't care about guests, then, you know, I can see why it would not be worth it because you're paying all this money for something you don't care about, whereas other cons you're paying for, you know, the different, you know, just booths and August Alley and stuff. So.
Yeah. So, I think that's it.
Yeah.
So, it's been fun talking, guys. Hope this video helped new con goers and people who just were interested on our thoughts of Otakon. See you guys later.